So this is my 2017 Specialized Roubaix. I'll just give you a bit of a wander around the bike. So looking at the drive chain, it's about as clean as it's ever going to get because I just got it back after 3 weeks. Alright. So this bike is awesome to ride, okay? It's awesome, very comfortable. I rode it up to Newcastle, between Sydney and Newcastle, didn't miss a beat. So it comes, you may notice that I've got ZIPP 30 course wheels on it. I had these on it. The Access rims, but they're just incredibly heavy, about 2 kilos, and that adds a lot. So these are a much better wheel, much more stiffer. They're SRAM disc brakes with Swiss stock pads. And here's what all the fuss is about. The Future Shock. Now, Specialized say this is a revolution in the way we will ride bikes. It's not really new technology though. It's been around since the 90s. So here I am. Yeah, it's been around since the 90s, but it's just been cleaned up a bit and it looks a bit more, I suppose, clean. But it does work, it's fantastic. But yeah, the ride quality is fantastic, can't fault it, it's great. The position is a bit more upright for endurance type riding. The clearance is awesome, look at that. So you can fit up to 32 mil tyres. I've got the stock 26 on there at the moment, and they seem to do the job. But there are some shortcomings to this bike, okay? And I haven't seen this on YouTube before. The shortcomings are, okay, I just had my bike in the shop for 3 weeks, and that's not the problem of my local bike shop. It is the problem of Specialized. These Praxis cranks, okay, they developed a wicked, I should just mention I've got vectors, just one side, that's all you need for me, for my purposes. But anyway, the Praxis cranks, they developed a real wicked bottom bracket sound, and it appears, well, Specialized wouldn't tell my local bike shop what the problem was. It was in the spindle, not in the bottom bracket. Apparently the spindles are riveted in some way, and when the rivets come loose it creates this crackling sound, this really annoying sound in the bottom bracket that we all know and love. But essentially we had to send the cranks back because they wouldn't tell my local bike shop how to fix it. And I suspect what they did was just perhaps welded the rivets to make it a bit more, to quieten them down, because they must have got a bit loose. So the Praxis cranks, I wouldn't buy them aftermarket in my view. I'd always go with Shimano. I've always ridden Shimano, but the bike came with the Praxis Works Cranks, so I decided to persist with them. Anyway, so as I said, the stock wheels that come with them are crap. They're good enough, but if you're going to race, they're not really up to the task. These ZIPP 30 course are much better, much lighter, much more responsive. They're alloy and they'll go anywhere. The Future Shock. Now, a word of advice to anybody who's going to buy this bike. It's great technology, but if you're going to buy it, do not touch these screws. these. You don't need to touch those screws in order to change the spring, okay? I made that mistake, my bad. What I ended up doing was compressing the bearings in the headset, which stuffed them. But the thing is, it wasn't, I may have contributed somewhat, but believe it or not, the bearings, two sets of bearings, $60 each from Specialised Retail. 60 bucks each, $120 for bearings. You're kidding, aren't you? Anyway, so don't muck around with that. I'd be taking it to my local Specialised dealer or my local bike shop who knows how to deal with the future shock. The frame size, so you know, good on you Specialised for creating a monopoly on something as simple as a bearing headset. Anyway, I suppose other features of the bike is it's 105. 105. I love 105. It's fantastic. I reckon, you know, I've had bikes for the last 20 years, and the 105 is better than any of the previous 105s I've had. So I can't fault it. That's why I'll go with it. For my purposes, it doesn't need to be super light. It's very durable. It's a workhorse. So that's my review of the Specialised. I should say, I've done about 3,000 Ks on this bike, so I do have some authority on how it rides. Cross fingers, I'm yet to have a puncture on these tyres. They're fantastic tyres, no liners, no nothing. And I've ridden up and down the M2 and M7 here in Sydney, so I can't fault them really. It's a great frame. It's got a nice speckle in the frame. I'm not sure whether you can see it there, but it's got a nice little speckle in the frame. So it's really a great bike, but just beware of the pros and cons of it before you buy it. New technology, well, not really new technology, but the technology in the future shock is temperamental. It's a simple setup, I'm told, by my local bike shop, but if you turn a screw wrong, you're in for a world of pain in terms of cost. But look at that beautiful drive chain. It's about as clean as it's ever going to get. So hopefully, once the weather clears up here in Sydney, because it's been an absolute dog, I'll get out and be able to test it out and some more and give some more reviews on it. But if you've got any questions, post them in the comments below. Tell me what you want me to review. I've got plenty of stuff that I need to review, and it's all good fun, and anything I can do to help you out. I'll put my Facebook details down below. You can follow me on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube. Okay, that's it for now. See ya.